feel very proud to be part of this event. May I request all the artists if you can join for this discussion for only for 5 minutes.
முன்னாடி கூட வந்து கொஞ்சம் கவனம் செலுத்தலாம்.
கொஞ்சம் ஒரு 5 மினிட்ஸ் வந்துருங்க ஆர்டிஸ்ட் ப்ளீஸ்.
நடந்துட்டு இருக்கலாம், கொஞ்சம் அப்படி வாங்க,
கொஞ்சம் வாங்கல, கொஞ்சம் வந்து உட்காருங்க.
நடந்துட்டு இருக்கலாம், நம்ம ஆர்டிஸ்ட்லாம் வாங்க, நடந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க அந்த சைடில் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கிறதோட யோசனை பண்ணினே இருக்காங்க பாருங்க, மரத்து பின்னாடி 2 பேர்.
வாங்க சார், வாங்க சார்.
கூப்பிடு 5 மினிட்ஸ் ப்ளீஸ். இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்.
துர்பத் take your seat.
நாளை முருகா
ரவி
என்ன போச்சு?
ராம் அந்த 2 பேருக்கு சீட்ஸ் இருக்கு, கொஞ்சம் அப்படியே.
So it is a matter of great pleasure for me to be part of this program. And kindly excuse me because I do not know Tamil. I belong to a different land. So kindly accept me as what I am. So first of all, I'm very happy to know that Dr. A.P.J.અબલ International Research Foundation, in association with Assist World Research Foundation of Dr. Rajendran, they have taken this special initiative. And meeting with Dr. Rajendran, and we have eminent scholars, Mr. Raghavan N., Mr. Drupadji, then my friend Pravakaranji, Kumaran, the great artist, and K.M.Saravanji, and many other known faces from this land. I feel this land is blessed. It will visit many of the different worlds, because when I was associated with the Ministry of Culture, many of the important initiatives the Government of India has started, and one of the major projects that was the National Mission for Cultural Mapping. When this mission was started, approximately 1368 crores was sanctioned just to mapping the entire cultural history of India and how it can be documented, what are the traditions and how it will be flourished. And when we refer to Puducherry, especially a land of approximately 15 lakhs of people comprising the 4 districts of this beautiful land, when we speak about Puducherry, it is all about the southern India, because apart from Puducherry, the 3 districts connected to 3 different states. So we have a interconnectedness, this intercultural understanding between the cultures and the communities only you can see in this beautiful place. So I'm very much thankful to Mr. Rajendran. He is the proud of Puducherry, you can say, the first Guinness Book of World Record holder, sir, for this initiative. I have seen many people during my 12 years association with the Government of India. Once you receive the award, whether it is Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, or any of the V.கல awards, or Sangeet Natak Academy awards, the Sahitya Academy awards, they goes for the awards only. What is my next award? If I have received the Padma Shri, then I have my focus on the international sector, what I will achieve. But people like Rajendran, very true this is. They have a different vision to inspire the communities. So this is a great extraordinary quality. So I am thankful that he has taken this initiative by establishing the Assist World Records Research Foundation, and through his activities he is doing many things, especially empowering the communities. And today we saw the beautiful exhibition contributed by the eminent artist. Today when we entered to this place, we saw small 2 kids. I was talking to my friend Anwar Khanji, and those 2 kids, they were painting something. So This place recalled me the Tagore's, Gurudev Tagore's Santiniketan. I just watched those two kids for a minute, and their mind was without fear. They were drawing something, and Raghavan Bhai told they are the future artists of this land. So, when we talk about the art, it's not about to create something, and it's not about someone will appreciate my work, and it's not about what the awards we will get. The main question is the sustainability. Today, on this auspicious day of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam's remembrance, today morning I was reading one of his speeches. I was just searching what the Missile Man told about art. He was basically known for the Missile Man. We know he has contributed immensely for the scientific development for not only for India but also for the whole world. Maharishi Aurobindo says, science in its nature is universal. There is no national science, there is no international science. Only the nations or the individual's contribution to explore a particular branch of knowledge for the benefit of the human civilization. So I was so astonished in 2004 when this Lalit Kala Academy celebrated its 50 years of its long journey. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, you can search through the Google. It was a long speech, and in his speech he mentioned many things. I want to highlight this because this event is dedicated to him. He mentioned in one of his, in that speech, he visited the Ajanta and Ellora caves. He saw beautiful mural paintings, the sculptures, but the artist's name was unknown. Who draw that? So he gives a solution to that, like mission to create the heritage caves, because his mind was something like it's beyond than our understanding. I do not have the word, I do not have the thoughts to speak on Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam because he's a visionary. Like he says, the past meets with the present and it creates the future. Like we're talking about the future of art, that is the artificial intelligence. But what's about the past? When the people they were moving in the hills, the mountains with small instruments, they were creating some artworks. You refer to the scriptures. Like I'll tell you one interesting sloka from the Vedas. It says that the two birds on a tree, one bird was having that, enjoying that fruit, and another bird was watching what he is doing actually. So when we talk about the arts, especially the symbols, the symbolism, like when we draw something, first it comes, some activity comes in your mind. It's not like that, particularly that nowadays you will give the instruction to the artificial AI, like the chart GPTs and all these things creating. So you just give the instruction, the machine will draw something and you can, but who is the artist actually? Whether the machine or the person who is doing the, giving the command. And the interesting fact is the human being only created the AI. The AI is using our brain. So in the speech of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, he mentioned about the heritage caves. And also he focused on the creative art industries, how we can sustain these traditions. Like you see, this art camp, many beautiful paintings, and those artists that do not bother what is happening here, they are only confined to their work. So this is a great thing because they are passionate to their what they are doing exactly. And one more thing he's also mentioning, especially preserving the heritage. He has given a special emphasis in documenting all these traditions through the digital revolutions, what is happening. So my intention was, especially we worked on different projects, especially the Memory of the World Register, the intangible cultural heritage, then this, you can say the National Mission for Cultural Mapping. These are the very big projects, not only India-centric, but also the how the international sector of art can be defined. So you see, in Puducherry, within these 2 years, I have interacted with many of the art institutions, scholars like Raghavan Bhai, Rajendranji, Prabhakaranji, Dr. Bose from Bharatiya Kalpalaikuram, Moon Swamiji, Raj Kallanji, many other artists. And you see the diversity of the cultural expressions which you people have. like from the traditional to the modern, from the contemporary to the abstract paintings, the diversity of the cultural expressions, which you have the creativity, how it will sustain actually. Like you see, we have a good exhibition. Many of the artists came, they draw something, and thanks to Rajendranji for hosting this event. But how these communities will be strengthened? Today we are discussing with Anwar Bhai, then Rajendranji also, Raghavan Bhai. What are the next things we can do? Especially through capacity buildings and creating some opportunities through the creative art industries. I'd like to submit you, recently we started one program that is the National Capacity Building Program for Artists and Cultural Professionals. And I'm very much thankful to the artist community. Many of the artists, they participated in that. And now we are planning to move to 3 different states and 2 of the foreign countries, universities from Argentina, they are ready to do some MOU with us. So we are just trying to create a community, not to exploiting the creativity of the artistic creativity of the arts of the artist, but to recognize, but to empowering them through their whatever knowledge systems we have. When we talk about the Indian cultural heritage, I feel there is no need to speak about the artistic tradition to the artist. It's just like showing the light to the sun. So I do not have the capacity to say in that light. So my main focus is to work on 4 action plan areas. First, the institutional networking, especially whatever institutions we have, like Dr. Rajendran, Sukumar Bhai, then this Bhartiya Palkalai Kudam. I think it is the only one institution in Puducherry, and many private institutions, art galleries are there. A strong network among these institutions are immensely needed. Second thing, when we talk about these arts, we can take up some good research projects. We are very open to this. If you have some idea to continue any of the research specific countries, specific elements, we can also take up some good research projects. We have a long history of rich tradition. Third, a people to people networking, the connections. Like one person is doing some traditional art, someone is the modern arts, someone is the abstract paintings, someone is sculptures. There should be some interdisciplinary assessment. Like unfortunately, I am not an artist actually. I studied my higher studies, but I can only draw a natural scene with hills, mountains, and some words. Beyond that, I can't think actually. So the third pillar, what I think, we can create a strong community of the artists and especially the scholars, and we can learn from each other. And fourth is to have some programs. Programs not in the sake of, yeah, these things are needed, but some practical output-oriented programs involved. So especially through the workshops, to the capacity building programs, just like I was discussing with Anwarji, that we are planning to have MOU with 2 of these universities from Argentina, and they are very much interested to do some research on the traditional art forms. We can introduce some good scholars, those who are interested in specific fields. They can be part of the projects, and in this way we feel like the communities can be strengthened. And when we talk about the art, it's not about the recognized or the eminent artist, like the director of Department of Art and Tourism Culture, he said, like there is no specific degree is needed. When we refer to the ancient artists, refer to the scriptures, when they define the spirituality or the natural concepts, where the degree was. We are doing some practical or some PhD or DLEADs, we are getting a degree from a university. But what was the educational qualification of the Sushruta who invented the medical sciences? What about the Vishnu Dharma Tarpan, the Chitra Sutras is mentioning how beautiful he can doing the things. So the tradition inspires the nation. So what my vision was to say that we have a vibrant scope to work, especially the state government and the central government. They have many schemes, not only through the Department of Culture, Ministry of Culture, even if the tourism, even if you refer to the Ministry of Urban Development, you refer to the Ministry of Handlooms and Handicrafts, there are many schemes. we can explore these schemes and to work for specific cause and to improve those schemes. And I hope in this way we can get some sustainability, especially the economic sustainability. And I'm very much thankful to all the artists. There is a long list of the artists those who have contributed to this exhibition. It was really a beautiful moment. And when Mr. Rajendran told me about this great event, I told, yeah, I'll be there. I always love to interact with the artists, to listen them, to see their creative artworks. And I'm very happy to be part of this. And I'll be very happy if any of the artists, if you require any of the help or support, we are here to support you, to assist you, whatever creativity you have, to reach to the national and international level. I have a small observation. Like you take the example of this Kala Academy, National Academy of Letters. Recently, they announced the awardees list, but how many from Puducherry? Only one or two. But only one thing I have observed, these art forms, these artistic creativities needs to be properly portrayed at not only the national level, but also the international levels also. So we can have some international programs, especially some intercultural understanding. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam has also given special emphasis on the intercultural understanding, how we can do in a cross-cultural settings also. So we have a program that is the International Cultural Relations. We are trying to work with the different ministries and institutions from different countries also. And I would like to inform you that on the eve of completion of 75th years of India's independence and Maharshi Aurobindo's 158th years birth anniversary, which is going to be complete by 15, we have announced one exhibition that is Spiritual Gift of India to the World. And this exhibition we will inaugurate on 12th around 3:30 at the Ashram Exhibition Hall. And I'm happy to say that many of the artists from Puducherry, from the Ashram artists, Arvind Bhai, Vipin Bhai, many of the artists, they will contribute for this. If anyone is interested, we have already received some good amount of artworks. If anyone is interested to contribute in that, something spiritual. Spiritual means beyond than religion. Because when we talk spiritual, I have a soul, I have a spirit that I have, that's why I am spiritual. Once it goes, my body is nothing. So we have a long history of a rich tradition of the cultures, the beliefs, the manners. So let us, I only appeal that let us join our hands and to work for the enrichment of this cultural land. And whatever changing dynamics are there, like Raghavan Bhai always focus on creating some creative programs, especially introducing some of the national and international programs to create an exposure, especially how we can get better opportunities and how our creativity can reach to the millions of the people. And also it's not like a one-way traffic. It's not like that we have taught to the world what we have given. In August 14th, Maharshi Aurobindo, when he gave this is 5 dreams, in one of his dreams he emphasizes on this intercultural understanding. What we have given to the world and what the world has given to us. Because we are part of, like we have the concept of this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family and one future. So with these few words, I like to complete my little bit, not in an artistic way, but I love the art and artistic traditions. So I'm very much thankful to Mr. Rajendran, the young and budding artist from Puducherry, and especially representing the national and international community. And my sincere thanks to all the artists who joined here. And thanks for giving me this opportunity. And Nandri, Vanakkam.
Thanks to Mr. Dr. KishoreKumar Barathi for giving wonderful speech in his administrative way, because he belongs to the administrative background, already worked with Government of India. After that, also he did his scholar in the PhD in Sanskrit, and he also worked with the various institutions. So he always talked about how we connect with the various institutions, universities, because society itself one of the biggest institution which connected most number of countries from all over the world. So he always tell that you can at least can use that platform. We can take the skills to introduce to the world through society also. So we always learn whatever he says, and also he tell about how we can connect state level, national level, international level, and how the initiatives can focus on different various sectors. Like that, we learned a lot from you, sir. Now. We are also very happy to be part of our upcoming initiative of August month, which you are organized also. So we will get associated, or we will always take part in your initiative. Thank you for your valuable feedback. Now we call our Kalimamni, Dr. P.V. Prabhakaran sir, HOD of Finance Department, and also Assistant Professor of DPK. He is our family. He is not from outside. So we are seeing from very young is all his work. So already he is a professor. So we all will listen like a student his speech. Welcome you, sir. Thank you.
அதிக நேரத்தை எடுத்துக்க விரும்பல ஏன்னா டைம் எனக்கு ஒன்றாயிடுச்சு எனக்கு பசி ஸ்பீச்சு ஓடுமா ஓடுமா தெரியாது இருந்தாலும் நான் ஏற்கனவே வந்து என்னுடைய ஆய்வே சமூக கலைஞால் உண்டாகும் சமூக மாற்றம் அப்படிங்கிற ஏற்கனவே எழுதியிருக்கிறேன். அதனால் வந்து என்ன பேசணும்னா நம்ம பெரிய லெவல்லே பேசலாம். அதான் கலையில் இப்போ எந்த இப்போ சமூகத்தில் இருக்கிற மாற்றங்களே கலையினால் இருக்கிற மாற்றம் தான். அந்த மாற்றுக்கிறதே எதாவது இருக்க முடியாது. நம்ம இவ்வளோ தூரம் உட்காந்து பேசுறது கூட ஏறக்குறைய இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள் தான். 2-3 விஷயத்தை மட்டும் நம்ம வந்து
முன்பாக மரியாதை செலுத்த